I've heard it said that when a child comes out of their closet, the parents go into theirs. My name is Sara Cunningham. I'm a woman of faith, I'm a mother, and I have a gay son.
Good.
Oh,
How are you doing?
good, better now. So you had a busy day?
That's been pretty good.
Good.
Not too busy.
Well, it was, what, 11:15? By the time we got there?
I'm glad they even know they should start a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's not like a 9:30 service.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So, you're looking nice. You're letting this grow,
Is it
huh?
really?
Even for the winter time.
No.
I love my son. He's the light of my life, but it hasn't always been easy. Parker spent his whole life coming out to me. I prayed the gay away. I prayed and I pleaded God not to let Parker be gay.
If I didn't want to know what you're thinking when you're sleeping, then I wouldn't close my eyes.
And I remember the day it changed. We were at lunch and he said, "Mom, I met someone and I really need you to be okay about it." I wasn't ready. And the day that I met his boyfriend, I just spent days going into a deep and dark depression, and I just was mourning the plans that I have for my son.
After about 2 days of her, being sick and not coming out of her room, and I honestly think walking up to her room in the dark was more scary than even the initial conversation, because I knew she was already thinking about it. She was mulling it over. So I went into her room and I just kind of sat there with her, and she was very sad, and kind of telling her, you can be sad, but you're gonna have to eventually get out.
My spiritual convictions never went against allowing Parker's boyfriend in our home, but my only reservation was wondering, how was I going to hate the sin but love the sinner? When I met Parker's boyfriend, as I listened to his story and heard about his life, and I saw the scars on his arms, my heart was broken for him. And that night was my first look at unconditional love, and it had a name and a face. We spent 20 years in the church, and we'd gone through so many wonderful and hard things together as a congregation, as a church body. But when Parker came out, I felt like I was the only woman in the world with a gay son. And when I heard the words, hate the sin, love the sinner, it sounds really good if you're on the loving side of that equation. But if you're on the opposite end of that, it's condescending and dehumanizing.
To be reckoned with, my audacity.
Although I felt so alienated from the church, but my prayers really were answered when I look back on it, because God put people in our lives. God put people in our lives who could walk with me through this, who could support Parker and love him regardless of how he identified. And these people, they helped us, they helped our family, and I'm so thankful.
Others, her and Parker, they begin this journey. They go forward, Lord. She says this to us.
If I could go back in time, on the very first day that Parker came out to me, I would have hugged him up and told him that I loved him no matter what, and that we were going to figure this out together, and that God loved him and that he was brave.
To say I'm with you till the sun it just won't shine, till the fire